Hello everybody and welcome back to our Pep Tactical Recreation series. Right, off camera, some exciting stuff. We've got a couple of draws, that's not the exciting part. I have tweaked something that I think's really made a difference. You can see here a little bit, I mean there's the odd big scoring game there, but from the Milan game onwards, we actually were struggling to score. I mean, Lincoln doesn't really count, so you got 1 goal, 0-0, and I felt like we're about to drop points really. It just felt like we weren't really creating much at all. Now, if you go on to, on your tactic screen, you go to a player, you can still set players to switch position. So as you can see here, what I've done is I've asked my left winger, who was Kingsley Coman, it's now Jamal Musiala temporarily in the squad right this second, but he now switches with Phil Foden. Now the reason for that is, the reason I think that makes such a difference for us in particular is because if I have Foden and let's just say Coman, who it was for a few games, they're always inverting, right? So if their team is set up in a way, like I think we played, was it Brighton we drew against? I think it was Brighton, right? So Brighton were playing a 3 centre-backs and 2 DM system, right? So they'd always cut inside and Haaland would be ahead of the ball and then they'd cut inside and it would take too long for De Bruyne and Silva to try and break into areas that were dangerous for us anyway. They were always quite far behind the play. And I just felt like that a few times they got the ball on the outside of the back three, right? They got the ball on the outside of the back three, and if they were like on their natural sides, they may have taken a touch on the outside, then tried to like whip the ball in, or take a touch on the outside, then drive towards the byline, then try and play like a cutback. And I thought that would have been better for that game. So it doesn't mean that I'd want to do it every game though. And I don't want to keep like having to switch it based on the teams. There's sometimes in matches as well where you have them set to go on the outside, and the other team actually set up pretty well for that. So they're happy for Foden and Coman to get the ball and try and go on the outside and then try and attack the centre late because they've either got defenders that are good at being able to defend that, they're good at defending the crosses, whatever it may be. And it's sometimes I think that if you've got a really quick player, if they see they've got opportunity to dribble at the defender and they've got space, they're going to take it. So if you play net players on the natural sides, you're going to end up probably with less possession because they're going to get the ball and they're just going to look to run. And because it's based on passes completed, you're not going to get that. But I think at times on the flip side to that, when they're both inverted, at times you can get a lot of not dead possession, but you don't quite get those combinations of play that you might get where like they take the touch first outside, then they look to play in the Bernardo, then look to play in De Bruyne. So I thought, what's the best way to do that? How about rather than trying to think, do I play a left footer and a right footer to both invert, both go outside, or to pick 2 right footers to go one cut in, one go on the outside? I thought, you know, my theory has always been I always prefer to have 2 right footers or 2 left footers because one can cut on the inside, one can go on the outside, and you get the best of both worlds. But I thought with our squad, we've got Foden and Mahrez left footer, we've got Musiala, Coman, 2 right footers, and Bernardo Silva's potentially another wide player. So, and then you've got Haaland and Martinez. I just thought, okay, I don't want to make it so we have to have a certain footed player for this tactic to work. I don't want to do that. I don't think that's the way it should be. So how about we get them to just swap positions? Because then no matter what point in the game it is, where they're both right footers, both left footers, one right foot, one left foot, you're going to get a combination of one cutting inside, one going the outside, depending on the period of the game, right? So, and we've done that for 2 games, and we've absolutely smashed 2 teams. It's not just the fact it was 4-0 and 6-0, back-to-back, right? But 71% possession. We didn't create loads of click-up chances, but we scored 2 goals early, and that ended the game, really. So we stayed just well ahead of Wolves there. And we played West Ham. We played them here, and 6.77 XG. And I've got to be honest, yeah, they got a red card, but our XG was quite high. It was like nearly 3 before that red card. So it worked really well in the second game. And you can see a 75% possession, and that puts us currently still top of the league now, quite comfortably again ahead of Arsenal. I mean, they've got 2 games in hand, so they could win both of those. And if they do, they go 10 points behind. It's pretty much over, isn't it? Let's be honest about it. And then on the possession screen, we're up to 62 now. We are by far the biggest in terms of average possession. Although, you know, Tottenham here have got a lot more passes completed in their back 3 system. But yeah, that's the way things look right this second. So today we have Napoli in both legs of the Champions League, and I might miss out the Chelsea game. I was going to show it, but the Premier League looks almost done. Like, if they win their 2 games in hand, they stay 10 points behind Arsenal. So I think we're going to leave that for now. If we do come back for another Premier League game, it'll probably be Arsenal. I'll tell you what I'll try and get it so we get the game where we win it. We can see us lifting the trophy, but yeah, maybe do the West Ham game as well. Do we do that? Let's do that. Let's do Napoli, West Ham in this episode. So we've got 2 Champions League quarterfinals, and I think got semi-final. Hopefully that works out well for everybody. Let's get into the first leg. I think it's Napoli. Let's pick the team first. So Cancelo's going to be at right back. We know that for sure. He's just come up from his injuries, slowly getting there. Musiala's still out. We lost Lautaro Martinez for months after his injury with Argentina. In fact, he's out for the season. So We've lost Martinez. He's gone. That's actually quite a big loss for us, for being honest. I might even put up not Jamal Musiala, the Julian Alvarez, just to play. Can he play in the league, or is he out of that as well? No, he can't play in the league. He's no good except for the FA Cup, so that's fine. We'll just leave him out. In fact, there's any of the youngsters we can just like give a bit of game time to. Rico Lewis, but that'll be a fullback. I might use him next season. If we get into a second season with City, I mean, I'd like to carry on with this season as this save, and I'd like to carry on with the Atleti save for almost different reasons. Because the Atleti one, we haven't really finished our objectives. And on this one, we're going to be close to finishing our objectives, but I'd almost like to see this tactic carry through with a bunch of youngsters, you know, from the academy and stuff. But we'll see. So for this game, Musiala is definitely out. So let's just get him out of here. Let's put, I think Jack Grealish can go in. Then we'll put Dominic on the bench there. Ortega, Jamal Musiala can just go on the bench. That looks pretty good to me. So Edison, you got Cancelo, Diaz, Laporte, Hernandez across the back, Rodri, De Bruyne, Silva in the middle, Foden, Grealish, Haaland up front. Come on, City. Assistant manager says, pick up where he left off, okay. They're going to play. They play 4-3-3 single pivots, okay. We should win this. Okay, we are playing away against Napoli here. Are we going to win the ball early off them? Going to force it long? Can we get pressure on that? No. They're getting out against us. Good, Cancelo. I love the gamble he made there, really. Oh, it says tactical foul. Good stuff for Cancelo. Probably should have been booked early doors there. Theo Hernandez throws it into Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland has the ball. He loses it. Wins it back. Plays it to Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish plays it across João Cancelo. It's been blocked. I'm going to keep my team up on the little tactic screen because I think we'll see as well when they get to switch. I haven't switched yet too. I think it's roughly every like 10-15 minutes it does it. Bernardo Silva's there. It's got to be a goal. What a goal for Manchester City. That's 1-0. A rare sort of, you know, drag them back and then play it back in behind them. City have done that a few times in real life. It's, yeah, quite a nice little goal, that. Quite different from us. Ruben Diaz has it here. Rodri. Who actually passed the ball? Was it Rodders? It was Rodders. Straight into Bernardo. Good finish. 1-0 City. I like for Napoli. Goes far post. And it's in. Far post. Free kick. 1-1. Yeah, they've switched over a couple of times. They've switched over now, haven't they? Foden and Grealish. Yeah, you can see them. Foden on the left, Grealish on the right. I assume they'll switch back for half time. Yeah, there we go. And then they'll start off the second half in their natural positions. Let's have a look. Yeah, they do. Neither have done much. Foden did do quite well, actually, I think it was the last game where every time he was on the left, he was actually more dominant and played much better, which is interesting. Come on there for Grealish. We'll do that as a sub. Going to bring off Cancelo, throw on Kyle Walker. Theo Hernandez off, Jose Gaya on. And I think we'll leave it for that for now. Yes, leave it like that for now. Score draw's okay. I mean, it puts us in a position where we need to win by 1 goal at home, or we could even draw and go to extra time. But yeah, I think a draw's okay in this game. I think we'll be okay at home against Napoli. Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland, Foden. I'll keep it safe. Phil Foden again. That's got to be a penalty, referee. What is that? Okay, let's make a couple more subs. Let's take off Kev, I think. Oh no, Rodder's off. Let's get Gundo in there because he's slightly better at the in possession aspect of the game. Let's take up Bernardo. Maybe Bernardo comes off and Dominic goes on. I don't know if I have to bring on Dominic as our attacking sub, as an attacking sub. Jamal Musiala should probably be back for the second leg to at least come off the bench, I think. I have to double check it though. Late highlight here. Napoli have the ball. They play it on the left-hand side. Guy gets to it, plays it to Laporte, who's got a couple of options. He stays on it. Here, Ruben Diaz can Kev get on it. Kev, luckily gets on that. And Napoli regain the ball here. If they try and pass it too much, they might lose it if they go back in here towards where Haaland is. Dominic wins it. Erling Haaland, Kev De Bruyne. Kingsley Coman goes to 1v1, going to cut this back. He's trying to shoot, but Haaland's going to get there. It's 2-1 City. City are going to do the job on the 53rd goal of the season for Haaland. How many is he going to get? I have no idea, but it's a lot. 2-1. Napoli have had one shot on goal, and it was that header from a set piece. That's all they've had. But we absolutely control games with the switching the wingers, and I don't know why that's making such an impact. Maybe it's just the way the game was going to go anyway, the way the games were going to develop, but it does feel like that we are controlling games more. Our guy makes it 3-1 to City. I mean, they had 3 players that we had nobody back there because of our set piece, so that was dangerous, but 3-1 City. There you go, 3-1. Pretty much a controlled game. I think that's about as much control as you can get away from the Champions League. Not only is it 3-1, they had one shot on goal. That was the header from set piece. That was pretty good. Okay, I'll rest the lads here. I'll see you in a few days then for the Napoli second leg. Come on, City. Okay, back. We did draw 2-2 with Chelsea. I took a lot of players off that were tired, that had knocks. I mean, Haaland got a knock, so he came off. I'm actually not going to start him in this game. In fact, I probably wouldn't anyway. Even if he was fully fit, I was going to rest him because I don't want him to get injured. especially with Lautaro being injured. I think we'd be in a bit of trouble if both strikers were out. So it's going to be, who'd you play up front? Does Kingsley get a little run? A little throwback for him, playing back as a 9? I'm sure he did a lot in his youth days. It could be that. Could play like a false 9 up there. Could be like a Kevin De Bruyne that would go as the striker. See, I'd normally go pace. I might go control here. I think we go... I mean, not that this is anything to go by, but I do think that if this was Pep would go either Foden, Grealish, or De Bruyne as the 9 and play somebody else. Like, I think we go Kev and we go Gundo as the central fielder here. I think we do that. And yeah, let's see how that goes. That's going to be your team. Let's get into the game, and we should be able to see this out against Napoli. If we go a couple of goals up, I won't make you sit through the whole highlights. I'll just skip to the end and conclude it, but we'll see. So the manager says, we've been on a good run. Go out there and impress me, okay? Ruben Diaz now has the ball. He just stands on it and says, go on then, you can impress us or what? Rodgers has played a risky ball. It's got up across now. Gundo, Kev, we're going to bring this down. This could be a penalty. This could be a penalty 20-odd seconds into the game. Let's see what he gives. Yeah, he's going to give a foul. I think it's in the area. Penalty. It's a penalty. Kevin De Bruyne is going to take it. If he scores, I think we're pretty much through. Kevin De Bruyne scores 4-1 City on aggregate. Long goal kick from Napoli. We win the header. They're going to bring it down, try and play Lozano to Romani. They retain the ball a bit. Theo Hernandez wins it off him. Theo goes through the left-hand side. He's going to look to link up with somebody, I think. Yeah, he does. Grealish gets it down the left-hand side. Going to look to... he's found João Cancelo. Oh, it's close. Well, I saw the free kick. This goes in. I'm just going to skip into the game, I think. Oh, it's Rodgers. Theo Hernandez. Going to have a dig. Oh, what a set piece from the boys. 2-0 City, 5-1 aggregate. Theo Hernandez does it. What a bit of football. And I'll see you at the end of the game, I think, because this is going to be very one-sided. Let's just watch this again one more time. Rodgers plays it to Theo. Theo takes one touch, says, I got you, boss. Perfect. 5-1. And the game finished 5-1 to City. I mean, 8-1 aggregate. We absolutely battered them. Unfortunately, we did get an injury to Jack Grealish. Let's see how long he's out for. That's the first area of concern. It's going to be that. Just pick up so many injuries, 3 to 4 weeks. That's not great. He might make it back for like the definitely the final, maybe the last games or two. We got Juventus in the semi-final apparently, so that makes it an easy next episode. It'll be if we can win the league in that game, we'll watch that game as well. But definitely the two Champions League games will be next. Right, I'll see you in 4 days for the West Ham game in the FA Cup semi-final, where we could potentially still do the treble. Don't forget that is on still for the season. Come on, City. Welcome back. So Grealish is out. We're going to play Mahrez in this. Oh, hang on. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to play Haaland again. Should we play Bernardo wide and play Gundo? Let's do that. So let's get Gundo back into like some sort of position in the team. Let's get him in the second game in a row. Let's get him to play alongside Kev. And we'll put Bernardo wide with Phil and Haaland. That looks pretty good to me. Again, Haaland will probably come off in this game if we win the game. If we not win the game, but if we're ahead early, I might take him off at some point because I just can't afford him to get injured now with Lautaro being out long term. I think it's a bit of a problem. And Jamal Musiala still being out long term. He's come back from injury, but he's not really ready, is he? But let's get into the game anyway against West Ham and see. And I said the treble was on, the quadruple actually still on because we did win the League Cup. So there you go. Come on, City. As the manager says, show everybody their recent praise is justified. Okay, we will try. West Ham are going to deploy a 4-2-3-1. Okay. Eddie Holler here is going to be for West Ham. They're going to start off with the ball anyway. They're going to try and play it around the back. Dawson plays it Suek. They're going to retain the ball here actually pretty well. So if you can get in there a little bit, doesn't matter. Phil Foden's won it. Phil Foden on the left-hand side goes wide on his left foot. Is he going to shoot? He does keep a save. It's going to be a corner. No, it's actually just gone out for a goal kick. Completely misses the target from not too far out. There you go. Sorry, I was messing around with my microphone here and I completely forgot to pause it and it ran through and it was actually a goal. So this is the goal. Watch it together again. I didn't see the goal at all. I just know it's a goal. Kevin De Bruyne to Bernardo Silva. Let's watch this then. Plays it. Early one in behind it. Erling Haaland. Little dink. Nice. 1-0 City. Theo Hernandez gets to the ball. He's going to play it into Bernardo Silva or more. He tried to. He played it in a bit early there. João Cancelo tries again and behind. Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden. I think they're all on side. They were and they missed it. Possession is at 62 for City with over 1 XG already. 65. But yeah, we're dominating the game already, aren't we? Theo Hernandez throws it into Erling Haaland, who's obviously on side because it's a throw-in. Plays it back to Gundogan, plays it to Kevin De Bruyne, and it's clipped wide. West Ham free kick, they go long early, and João Cancelo is going to control this, bring it down, and then look to play. I mean, I'd most like to play João Cancelo as a striker, if I'm being honest. Like, if I look at his attributes here, it finishes 11, but just like as a link-up striker, and I'd rather, like, because if we're going to struggle against like a team like Liverpool in the final, the Champions League, if we get that far, I'm trying to figure out how we can get like an extra like, top level player and getting Kyle Walker at right back and moving Cancelo either to midfield or to wide or to the striker role, anything really. He could do almost anything, couldn't he? I'd say that's going to have to be something we look at. As the areas Cancelo plays it into Foden. Ruben Diaz got plenty of space. They just play it in here quicker. Ruben, yep. Rodgers has got it. He's got passing options. Oh, why would you not play Haaland there? Like, that's frustrating. See, like, the tactic does create these, like, progressive pass opportunities. Like, how many yards is that pass for a start? So it goes in there. Haaland drops. That's on. So into Haaland. Haaland's going to take a touch out his feet and play it in here, and you got 2v1. If this was real life, that's what we're hoping for. But he just plays it back to Laporte. That's disappointing. Now in here. Oh, Kev's not going to get marked. Is he going to get open for him? No. He's tried it anyway. Rodgers. Now can Rodgers come this way? He's just gone straight over the top for Haaland. Go on then. Go on, Erling. You finish it. 2-0 City. Game over. Okay, it's 2-0 City after time. Let's say find another gear to the boys. I think that early on we're going to take out Erling Haaland and put in... What are we going to do here? So if this was the Champions League final, I had to take Haaland off due to injury at the end of the season with no Lautaro Martinez. And let's say João Musiala isn't fit. Like, so he can't be involved in this decision. What can we do? It would be Coman. I think it would be the obvious one. But that doesn't leave you anything else to bring off the bench, I don't think. Because I don't really like Mahrez off the bench that much in a game that we need to win. So I'm going to try something different. Let's put Cancelo as a striker. And let's put Kyle Walker right back. Let's see how that goes for the rest of the game. We're in total control of this game. I'm going to take off Kevin De Bruyne. I'm going to throw on, I think, Calvin Phillips. Bernardo Silva come off. Mahrez can go on. And we'll take off... Maybe we should take off Rodgers. Play Calvin there. Foden can go there. They get Kingsley Coman on the right-hand side as well. Let's do that. Plays it to Foden over the top. We had a bit of a gap. Wasn't quite... Oh, he's through. Phil Foden's got a score. Surely keeper saves it. Not a great game for Foden in this cup semi-final. Late free kick for West Ham. They go far post. They head and they score. Okay, I'm going to leave it as it is, but time wasting's going to go up just to make sure that we try and set up the game here from this point. There it is. That's the final whistle. City win 2-1, go through to the final of the FA Cup. So it leaves the quadruple on still. Still got the quadruple as an option. And we have 7 days till the Crystal Palace game. Right, that was a very, very successful episode for us. Apart from the injury right before it to Lautaro, who I don't think is going to make it back in time. Grealish will be back fairly soon. João Musiala's back in 2 weeks. So João Musiala misses the Palace game completely. And then he will be back as a sub option for the Brentford and Juventus game. So I'll probably sub him on for both those games. And it'd probably be a sub for all those games, I would have thought. His first start could be Juventus away. That could be his potential first start. But yeah, we'll see in the next one anyway. But that's the episode. Yep, we're top of the league. We're absolutely cruising through to the final of the FA Cup, through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Hope you're enjoying the series. Hope you're enjoying the series and the little bits of like tactical analysis that we do. Like there wasn't too much. Just like showing that the kind of chances that we're creating, like with the way that Haaland dropped off as almost like a false nine, even though he was on attack duty to get on the ball, and he could have spun and turned it and made it a 2v1. So things like that, I think it's just really good to sort of show how the tactic works really, really well. Sometimes the players on the board just aren't making decisions that we want, but it creates opportunities in the overloads that you're looking for in a positional play kind of setup. But that's the episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.